Welcome old family and new family to BoomBappED, capital ED. This is your host with the most, Brandon White, or Bushido Garvey as I'm known in many Emcee circles. We got brother Rob Lowe on the tech, as per usual. And ladies and gentlemen, we have an awesome, insightful guest with a unique perspective in the building. The father, the crew member, the lyricist extraordinaire, brother Crotona P. What's going on, big homie?
What's poppin', man? Everything good?
Everything is good, man.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me, for real.
Of course, man, it's only right. For those who don't know, BoomBappED is an honest, open, and clear-headed exploration of education and cultural issues focused on, but not limited to, the Rochester area through a hip-hop lens. And so, Crotona, we usually have like an icebreaker before we have real talk and real conversation. But before we even do that, can you just run down a little bit, like spend like a minute telling the people who you are, you know what I'm saying, like what makes you tick, you know what I'm saying, and so on and so forth.
Well, I go by the name of Crotona P. My actual government is Francisco Velez Jr.
Word.
I'm from the Bronx, New York originally. Was living there for about good 30 years, you know what I mean? Then I decided to move up here to the Rock, and I've been here ever since. And
where in the Bronx, if you don't mind my asking?
Crotona Avenue, East 179th Street.
Okay.
Yeah.
I asked just because I was just at my mom's, and she's from the Bronx. She had this ill picture of like the borough posted that she just got in her apartment. And it's not even nowhere because that's towards south, right?
It's northeast.
Northeast?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, my mom's from 225th.
Oh, okay.
Exterior, like northwest Marble Hill.
Yeah, that's close to like Washington Heights.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yep, like Dykeman and all that. Yep. So, but yeah. So my fault. I mean to interrupt.
Nah. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, and I'm pretty much a independent artist. I've been doing music for a very long time, and just with a small fan base, but we make it do what it do. And I'm also a father of 4. I got 3 stepkids over here, plus my biological, who I just recently got custody of. So
congratulations.
Thank you.
It's not always an easy battle to win in this court system for a man to get custody.
Well, thankfully her mother knew what was best for my daughter, and she decided to let me do the raising part of the high school years and stuff like that, because she was kind of getting out of control out of New York City. So we had to basically regulate that, and she's here with me, and she's doing great, man. She just got her report card recently and got all good grades, passed all her classes. She got 1D, but at least she passed it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not too mad, but she's doing good, man. That's what I'm mainly focused
progress,
on.
Yo.
Yeah, definitely. I'm mainly focused on her getting where she needs to be at. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, man. So the quick icebreaker question we gotta ask you, because you come from a long line of MCs that are Latino and are deeply connected with the MCing culture. So, it's BoomBappED, so we have like the educational piece. So I'm gonna ask you this question. If you had to teach a course on Latinos and hip hop, what would be the 3 albums you would use to teach that course?
Well, obviously Capital Punishment.
Okay.
That's number 1.
Why is that number 1, if you don't mind my asking?
Because pun was a big inspiration to all of us Latinos in hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the first.
Mic up a little bit.
I'm sorry. The first, basically Latino to make it on a mainstream level and go platinum. So he was an inspiration to all of us and showed us that we could do it, especially coming from the Bronx and being Puerto Rican. You know what I mean? Another album I would probably say would be Cypress Hill's first album.
Yeah.
Another major one. And just off what they've done alone, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
The history alone is incredible. And I think a third one, I would have to say, I don't know, I might get slammed for this, but I would probably Fat Joe's Don Cartagena album.
Yeah.
And just because of the influence that Pun had on that album alone,
right.
and it propelled Joe to another level. You know what I mean?
And they had the whole crew. I mean, the whole TS was starting to grow on that one.
Exactly. It was starting to grow. It was basically showing people that Latin people were more than just like Rico Suave rappers and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Which was what we were known for at the time, but with the exception of like brothers like Mellow Man Ace and that really made an impact back then. You know what I mean?
This is crazy you brought up Mellow Man Ace, because I was doing the knowledge on a lot of those early era Latin American rappers, and he was getting busy. You know what I'm saying?
He still is.
Yeah, he still rhymes.
Yes, and his son is an ill producer too.
What?
Yeah, I think his son's name is Kazal Organism or something like that.
Oh, that's a tough.
He friended me on Facebook a while back, and I've kept in touch every now and again, support his stuff, and he's still doing his thing, still nice. Yeah,
that's what's up, man. That's what's up. He had an album he did with a couple other Latino MCs. It was called Latin Alliance. And they had a song called "What Is an American," and I wish I remembered all the words to it, but like it was just like it was so ahead of its time because it was talking about all the immigration stuff we talking about now. You know what I'm saying? This era. So you know what I'm saying? Big salute to a really untold chapter in hip hop history. Why do you think it's so undertold?
I don't know. I think it's just the fact that we have so little representation, and after, for some reason, I don't know why, but for some reason after the death of Pun, it kind of became a situation where the industry wasn't really like shedding the light on Latino rappers, you know what I'm saying? And if you wanted to like get some light shed on you, you had to basically just not deny it, but not even bring it up, basically, you know what I mean? Like a lot of the like Latin rappers that are even mixed Latin, like they mix Latin with, you know, black or mixed Latin with anything else. There's a lot of them, bro. It's like, you know, you got Fabulous, who's half Dominican.
I didn't know that at all.
Fabulous half Dominican. Jim Jones is half Puerto Rican. You know what I mean? Like
Lloyd Banks too, right?
Lloyd Banks is half Puerto Rican. Yeah. So there's so many of them that I have. You know what I mean? So the ones that I have a lot of times don't really represent the way Pun did and the way like Cuban Link did, the way he represented Cuba and Triple Sage represented Dominicans. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It feels like if you focus too much attention on the fact that you're a Latin rapper, like they'll kind of shun you for that. You know what I mean? So you kind of just got to come out and just let the art speak for itself. And even though I rep it hard, you know what I mean? Like, you'll see me in pictures with the flag around my neck and got the flag in the back of my wall at home when I take my little videos. Like I'm proud, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like that's not the primary focus. I want people to actually listen to the music. Like, we not just making salsa records over here. We don't do that. You know what I mean?
Right. And you know, like, especially when you talk about the Bronx and you're just talking about, like, you know, just Latinos be a part of hip hop. They've always been a part from the beginning, the very beginning. And you know what I'm saying? Like, so that same energy, that same grit, you know what I'm saying, that black folk had in the BX when they first were, you know, rhyming their experience. Similar experience, same experience, so same grit.
Everybody was growing up in the same neighborhoods, and like these Puerto Rican kids that was in these neighborhoods, like they weren't like coming from Puerto Rico. Like a lot of them were born here, and they around everybody, and we all mixed around with each other. So it's not much different. We don't see it much difference. Besides the skin tone, like we ain't really see much different. The foods may smell a little different when you enter somebody's house. You know what I mean? You smell a lot of sazon and our stuff. You know? You know, it varies from place to place, but when I was coming up and making music and stuff like that, and when I first started rapping, I was rapping around like two other Puerto Rican kids, one that was a DJ and another one that was a rapper, and we would just like do little raps or whatever over people's beats and stuff. And then I met this kid from my neighborhood named 11. He produced AARP, the album AARP. He produced the whole album. And I met him, and he was the first like black dude to really embrace me as a rapper. You know, like he was like, yo, you got some talent. Like I could hear it in your voice. You sound like you got something, like there's something there. So he basically took me and polished me up and showed me how to like count bars and how to create hooks, how to format songs, and I owe a lot of like, I took it from that point and did my own thing, but I took like that structure that he gave me and just took it to another level, man. And I'm just always appreciative of him, you know, regardless of the ups and downs that we go through, because that's my brother at the end of the day. So we go through ups and downs all the times, but I'm appreciative of everything that he showed me. You know what I mean?
Word up. So as a father and as an MC, you know, you just talked about, you know, gaining custody and also, you know, raising your stepchildren as well. How transparent are you about your walk as an MC with your kids, and like, and how they kind of embraced it and internalized that?
They know what I do. Like you mean like rapping wise? They know what I do. I think my stepkids, they've been around me for so long that, you know, they've been through points where they see me do certain things, like I'm going out to do shows here, I'm doing shows there, so they were getting excited at those points, like, man, it's about to happen. But you know how this game goes. It's a long grind, it's a long struggle. So for anybody to get any kind of recognition, you know what I'm saying? So kids get like they get disappointed after a while, and they're not as excited anymore when I'm like gonna go do something. Like right now, I'm like, yo, I gotta go to the radio to do a interview right quick. Right. And they're like, before they used to be like, wow, June's going to radio, but now it's like, all right, see you later. You know what I mean? Now it's not a big deal. Right. My daughter, my biological daughter, who I just got custody of, for her it's a little bit different because she was in New York City knowing that her daddy did music, and she would go to her classmates and be like, oh, look, my dad's a rapper. Look, you can Google him, Crotona P, and you'll find all his music. And she knew all that. So it was exciting to her. Now that she's living with me, she's kind of falling in line with the other ones. Like, it's not that big of a deal, but it's never a big deal to some kind of real income generator, you know what I'm saying, to them, because they're kids, you know what I'm saying. So when I can go and get, like, let's go shopping, and I can get everybody Jordans, and I can get everybody iPhones, and without a problem, without blinking an eye, then they'll be like, yeah, June's popping, you know what I mean? Right now, right, because they call me June, that's what the family call me. They don't call me P or Crotona. Yeah, it's June. So yeah, they when that's happening, then they'll look at it different, you know what I mean?
Word. Well, so you had mentioned like your daughter coming up here, and you know her grades kind of turning around. You know, with her being up here, what is it that you feel like has had that impact? You know what I'm saying, in terms of your interaction with her?
I think she needed male structure, like, that she respected. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was living out there with her mom and her stepdad, and I think in the beginning, before they had another child, he kind of, like, my daughter was center of attention in his life as his stepdad. I think once he had his kid, things kind of changed, and it became more of like, this is my priority, you're not. And my daughter became like a problem, you know what I'm saying? And got to the point where she started acting out, and they tried putting her on medication, and then she ended up in a psych ward, and she was there for weeks, you know. Yeah, it was crazy. So when all that was happening, I felt like she was crying out because she felt the difference from what it used to be to what it is, you know what I mean? And she needed me in her life, and her mom always kind of made it like there was always a wall there, you know what I'm saying? Like, she wouldn't let me, there's certain things that she wouldn't let me do, and I think my daughter just started growing up and started seeing things for what they were, and she just basically just said, I need to, like, it was kind of a struggle to even get her up here, though, because she was at a point where she had a little boyfriend over there that she liked, so even bringing her up here was kind of like a struggle. But I think when she saw that, you know, it had to be done, she just let go and came, and it was fine. Like, you know, when you coming over here, especially the transition, being the fact that she got stepbrothers and sisters, like, she got two boys and a girl, stepkids, and their age, like, my biological daughter's 14, my stepdaughter's 15, my stepson's 16, they're all 17.
Oh wow, they back-to-back age like that?
Yeah, they're all back-to-back like that. Wow. So it makes the transition a little easier because they all kind of relate to one another. Right. They're able to talk, you know what I mean?
Cool.
Yeah.
You know, when they see you showing an appreciation for, you know, creative expression and writing and kind of flowing, do you ever see that kind of rub off on them? Are they interested in writing or being MCs? Or
my daughter, not my boys. My boys, they're gamers. They like playing their games and stuff like that. But my daughter, she's into music. She likes to sing. She wants to rap, but she doesn't like. She fears the process, so she doesn't really understand it. And sometimes it's just taking that first step, and she hasn't taken it yet. But eventually, you know, it'll rub off. But she does listen to what I do, and she likes listening to me rap, and like, she'll film me sometimes with her camera, like, Dad, spit a verse, you know, because she'll go back and listen to, oh, I heard when you said this and that, like, you know. So it's pretty cool.
That's powerful, man.
Yeah,
that's a real powerful thing that you're able to. One is the personal thing, because Your daughter's taking an interest in your communication, what's on your mind, what you want to express, right? And you get to share that with her, and then she also gets the intellectual piece of breaking down, doing lyrical analysis and whatnot.
Yeah. And I actually do that with her. I break down what I'm saying. Like I tell her, like I don't even do that with anybody else. Like I just break down to her what I'm saying, and she when I explain certain bars, she's like, "Oh, that was creative," you know what I mean? But yeah, I just want that part to rub off on her because she's into the little Uzi Verts and the simplistic rappers that are popping right now. She's into that, so I'm like, that's all good, that's fine and dandy too. There's nothing wrong with that, but you gotta also see, the real stuff. You know what I mean? What we do over here. You know what I mean?
Indeed, I think that what you just said there is missing with hip hop right now, just because when I grew up, there was certain types of MCs that were popular at the time. But my mother, being from the Bronx, right, and being from the Bronx at a time where hip hop was just starting, you know what I'm saying? She remember seeing BoomBappED and Bronx Community Center and all of that, and being in Soundview with what's his name, Kumo D and all that. So, like she would put me on to these people, or if they did manage to pop up somehow, she'd be like, "Oh, that's this person. They're good for this, and they're important for that reason, and you need to," she told me these things, you know what I'm saying? And so, like, whatever was going on with my part of the culture, I didn't see that as the only part, you know what I'm saying? And I got to have my own well-rounded view of it, you know what I'm saying? Your daughter gets that same opportunity.
Yeah, and right now, my boys are starting to understand, like, the difference, you know what I'm saying, between, because they listen to a lot of music too. They just don't rap, but they listen to a lot of music. And we started doing like a little fake podcast at the house, whatever. We tried out for the first time, and it's pretty much our perspectives on certain things and the difference in the generational gap. You know what I mean?
Word.
So they're starting to see it now, and they're starting to realize what bars are and what. They say, because this is what they explain to me. They say there's that lyrical bar rap, and then there's the vibe. Which is what they call a vibe.
Right.
So I'm like, so what's a vibe? So like a Little Uzi Vert is a vibe, or Post Malone is a vibe.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, I guess, they have their own meanings and definitions. We can't change that. That's what it is, you know what I mean? But
not everybody above their age group treats it like that though. Like,
I think it's just bitter old people. I'm not bitter, bro. Like I'm fine with them having their lane and us having ours. Like I'm not, it's us against them. Y'all do what y'all want. I'm not paying attention to that. If I want to pay attention to that, I will, regardless of how anybody feels, anybody, any hip hop purist or anything like that. I like what I like. I don't really care if it's popular, if it's not popular. What I like is what I like. Sometimes it doesn't make me the most popular person. I mean, I've lost fans like that liked my music based on opinions that I've had. Dogs, I was a big 6ix9ine supporter at one point, you know what I mean? I still am, you know what I mean? So when I was talking my stuff on the radio, on Facebook, I had followers to stop following me, DJs to stop playing my music and everything, just based on certain things that I was saying. But I'm like, dogs, I'ma like what I'ma like, regardless of how you feel about it. You don't want to play my music, somebody else will.
Well,
you know what I mean?
What are your thoughts about him in his latest legal circumstance?
I think it's a sad situation to see. I kind of feel that it's obvious what he was involved in the sense of, I'm not gonna say extortion, but the pressure of being a kid from the hood and having these, grown gangsters basically letting you know, like, nah, we rolling with you and we gonna basically. So it's kind of like he was put in a situation where if I don't roll with them, I'll get rolled over, and if I do roll with them, I'm kind of like in a situation where I don't have full control of what's going on. You know what I mean? At all times. So it's kind of a sad situation to see a young kid like that go through that. But at the same time, like I gotta be honest. You was talking a lot of stuff, so you made a bet that you got to pretty much lie in right now. And if they were out there doing the things that they're being accused of, and you were around them, there's consequences to that. You know what I mean? And there's conspiracy charges, all types of charges, just for you being around stuff like that. So, I mean, you could go ahead now and say that you were never a gangster, you were never a blood, or you were never anything. But at the end of the day, there's so much footage out there of you claiming this and saying this. So now it's all a matter of whether the courts will see him in the right, but I don't see that happening. Like they say, what the Feds got a 97% conviction rate. So it's like, what's the chances of him beating this? I mean, he's not a Irv Gotti, but we'll see what happens. I mean, they did move him from the gang section of the jail to a non-gang section, so that kind of helps his court case when it comes down to whether or not he was part of the gang or not. They could say they removed him out of fear for his safety. They could say they removed him because he wasn't a gang member. At the end of the day, whatever they decide to say is what's going to determine his fate. You know what I mean? But
it is crazy to see some people not have that well-rounded view of his circumstance. Some people are just like, well, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was talking all this trash, so look at you.
I got a problem with the people joking about the rape, the prison rape and stuff like that.
Oh, see, I haven't even gotten into that. The people
there's a lot. Of course, they got memes of like Bill Cosby washing his hair, 6ix9ine's hair. It's just like a bunch of stuff, and it's okay. It's fun. It's all right. It's fun for if you want to poke fun or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, it just seems a little suspect to me because prison rape is not something I celebrate. A prison sentence to anybody is something I won't celebrate unless it's somebody try to harm my family, try to kill my family. That's the only way I'll celebrate somebody going to jail. But other than that, if you ain't never did nothing to me personally, bro, you ain't affect my life personally, no way. Why would I celebrate you getting raped in jail or you know what I mean? To me, that's a little suspect. And that's just my opinion. But to each their own, to each his own. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna go point fingers at anybody, but people know who they are. You know what I'm saying? Just think about that. If you celebrating somebody getting raped in jail, there's something wrong with you, bro. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean?
And would you qualify? Now, forget what ethnicity, like what Latino ethnicity 6ix9ine is, or where do you put him in like Latino rappers? Do you see him as an unapologetically Latino rapper, or is it something that also is just kind of like I don't really talk about it or rep it?
I don't think
but I won't deny it either. You know.
I don't think. I mean, he's definitely Latin. He's unapologetic about that. He reps that Mexican flag hard, and he reps it. He's Mexican Puerto Rican, but his father died when he was young in front of him or something like that. So he don't really rep that Puerto Rican side the way so he reps his mother's side, which is where he really grew up mostly. You know what I mean?
Right.
So but he's definitely unapologetic about being Latin. Do I consider him a decent rapper? Yeah, he's a decent rapper. He's not a lyrical spiritual rapper. You know what I mean? He's not one of those. No, but he definitely can hold the note. You know, he can definitely spit a couple words that sound pretty cool together. And there's worse rappers out here than him. That's all I can say. You know what I'm saying?
Fact. Yeah, I agree with that, man. But so let's talk about the song you're about to play real quick. It's called The Warm Up. Can you tell us a bit about it?
Yeah, it was pretty much just something. I reached out to a producer online and leased the beat, put it out there, said let me just basically wake some people up. That since PX came out in February, we in November right now. I haven't really dropped nothing besides a couple of the collabs that you've heard that I've been on and stuff like that. But me personally, I ain't dropped nothing in a while, so I just said let me just throw something out there to shake stuff up. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry about that.
It's all good.
So so that's pretty much why I did that, and it's not for no particular project. I might put it out as a single online digitally, but it's not for any particular project. But I am working on something right now.
Cool.
I am working on something right now. It's pretty much a surprise project that I've been working on for the past going on 8 weeks now.
You mentioned that at the Cypher.
It's with a producer here from the city, but I won't speak on it. Not yet, but we've been working on it for about 8 weeks now, and it's coming together really good. We just laid another 2 joints down today. We made one from scratch today, the beat and everything from scratch today with a sample that I actually threw his way that I wanted to work on.
That's the best. When you work on with a producer, you might not be a producer in the same way a producer's a producer, but you have an ear for what's a good sample. You go to the producer, here it is, and they flip it.
And I used to sample when I was younger. You know, like when I used to make little beats here and there. But it's not like what they doing today. It's nothing like what they doing today. Like what this producer does is way different. You know what I mean? And the way he was able to bring to life the idea that I had in my head today, it was amazing. So I just think it's coming together really good. It's unexpected. It's with somebody who's unexpected. You never really seen me do anything with this person before. So it's gonna be cool to watch. You know what I mean?
Cool, man. Well, we're about to get into the song as the show closes. You've been listening to BoomBappED, capital ED. You can catch us every Tuesday from 1:30 to 2 p.m. Check us out on Facebook and online. You are about to listen to The Warm Up by Crotona P. Check them out on all social media and all streaming services. PX came out February. It is a tough project. Check it out. Oh, we can't make calls to action. It would be cool. It's a cool project. So if you happen to be on Spotify, it wouldn't be a bad look to look at. You're listening to The Warm Up. This is BoomBappED. Peace and progress.
Wake a few people up, cause then they kind of fell asleep. So let's go. I know the power of my voice, choice is not to yell. Smells like teen spirit died and brought a plot in hell. I fight blind like I ain't spot a bell. I shoot rounds, round rings, rap ropes and watch the body swell. I'm Ocknell, born baby free fucking. Plus also put it in the mouth, now she sucking. Functioning but trying to get out, yeah, feel sunken. Trying to elevate with my amigos before we jump buttons. A Florida time like Florida shine. Love's an extension of his spirit, stop ignoring the sign. Rest in peace, fallen soldier, you're recorded in time. An old thing into that supported the climb from the X. My everyday struggle is not complex. It's more big, ready to die, out of context. A red level threat, who I bomb next. Calm test, the hex, warrior best, that hit in the front line. Check, inspect the deck of the set. I bomb atomically with no sweat. You forget I own the audio cassette, plus upset. When it popped, I bought the CD next. All tests before he met world peace and hit fans. RZA fangs with grave digging plans. The man who was raised by clans that cut grams to Wu-Tang. I slang the new slang, boomerang with you bang. That's right. All that stuff y'all listen to, man. Go straight in the trash over here, man. We ain't doing none of that. You wanna listen to bars over here. If you ain't got no bars, man, I don't know what to tell you, B. It's time for you to move on. Go for your taste, I rip it out, you lose your sense of. Feel the intense shove, concentrate, condense love. They open arms but through shots, so I send dubs. They hit me with the kitchen sink, so I send tubs. I'm an extremist of the worst kind. I'm doing